This is the Art Bulletin, and today's location or backdrop is the Johannesburg Art Gallery, which is situated in Newberg Park in Johannesburg's Central Business District. And among the exhibitions currently on here is Condition Report and the one right behind me titled Tag for Tag. Welcome to it, Tumi Sedumedi, and thank you for always choosing to stay with Morning Live. Some of SA's most amazing jazz artists are currently in London wowing fans at the annual EFG London Jazz Festival. It's all part of the SA season in UK. And among the performers there is Abdullah Ibrahim, the legendary SA pianist, and 2011 Standard Bank Young Artist of the Year for Jazz, Bokani Daya.
Legendary jazz pianist Abdullah Ibrahim will lead two groups at the festival, namely his sextet group Ekai, as well as his new trio featuring Cleve Guyton and Noah Jackson on the cello. Bokani Dai is also expected to deliver a signature set at the Vortex Jazz Club. The EFG London Jazz Festival attracts approximately 100,000 attendees over 10 days and reaches over 2 million people in the UK. According to SA Season in the UK Commissioner General Bongani Tembe, both the 2014 and 2015 editions of the festival will have a South African focus, showcasing not just established international South African artists but up-and-coming stars as well. Director of the EFG London Jazz Festival, Claire Whitaker, says there is a special program this year that marks and celebrates both the significant contribution made by South African jazz artists to the worldwide jazz scene, as well as celebrating 20 years of democracy for the country.
If there's anything technology has changed that seems to be visible to everyone, it has to be the way we listen to music. The days of physically connecting your speaker to your gadget, be it a phone, a tablet or a laptop, seem to be a thing of the past. Now Nude Audio have launched chic, portable and fun speakers that will ensure that you can listen to your music anywhere and everywhere.
It's a lot based on two guys that is more fashion orientated. So if you look at the Nude Move line that's come out now, it comes in 4 different speakers, yet they borrowed from the fashion line actually the small, medium and large. It's really new. It's, we've seen it in Hong Kong, in HMV, so it's really big in the UK and more in your eastern parts. It's coming into South Africa. It's more in store, a very visual type of marketing we do. It's not as big as like the Beats that we'll chat to you guys, which we all know is very loud in your face. So it's more product that's ranged, mid-price. It's not a soap on a rope, though it is a little bit waterproof. It's got your basic waterproof and shockproof silicone. So it's really just a cute little speaker that you can take anywhere.
The product that we're talking about today is the Bolt 2. So it's a Bluetooth device. It's the best product in the whole range and it flies out of the store. The nice thing about the Bluetooth portable speaker, it's very portable. So it lets your music move with you wherever you go. It's so easy to connect like with your phone. They've got like a tap to pair setting. So you tap your phone to the Bluetooth speaker and there we go, you connect it. The nice thing with the Bolt 2 as well is you can connect 2 poles together and you can also like make a nice surround sound.
Listening to the Distant Thunder, The Art of Peter Clark is a book by Elizabeth Rankin and Philippa Hobbs which celebrate the life, work and times of the great artist who left this world earlier this year. Now the book will have a series of launches starting on Tuesday, with the last one being in April of 2015 at the opening of the Peter Clark Museum.
We tried really to cover a wide scope in this book. First of all, it's a biography of an extraordinary life. Second of all, we tried to take on a kind of cultural documentation of the Cape Peninsula during the span of most of the years of the 20th century. We wanted the book to be rich with information but also rich with imagery, and yet we wanted it to be authoritative academically but still readable and useful for people like art teachers and even matric students. In the introduction to the book Listening to Distant Thunder, Peter Clark writes himself very evocatively about some of life's mysteries and what gave him an extraordinary and profound sense of awe and respect for life. And one of the things he mentioned was the idea of listening to distant thunder. You hear on the horizon the rolling sound and you're in awe. It's not close to you. It's not threatening yet, but it might become so. And that's how he experienced parts of his life.
The 17th Annual Impact Awards by the Arts and Culture Trust are almost here, and the awards ceremony that's set to be very glitzy will also celebrate the ACT's 20th anniversary. Now, before you get excited about the fact that Gloria Bosman and Moving Into Dance Mophatong will perform, while artists like the likes of Blessing Ngobeni exhibit their works, wait until you see the nominees list.
What sets this year's winners apart from the others, which we will announce on the 25th of November, is that the panel of judges specifically looked at people whose careers could benefit from receiving this acknowledgement. So we were looking at people who have not only made an impact during the first 5 years of their careers, but who have the potential to grow into people who would later down the line be acknowledged as lifetime achievement winners. Benchmarking excellence serves as a stimulus for the industry to increase the quality of our products. And that's really good for the industry and South Africa. And I'm saying this because if our quality of products, of cultural product, is superior to those of our competitors on the international global marketplace, then it's really good for the economy, because one could argue that increased quality equals increased value.
The Cape Town International Jazz Festival has announced its 2015 lineup, which will include among local and international performers, and if all goes well, Amel Leroux. The Department of Arts and Culture will sponsor the festival, and it will have 5 stages.
The Cape Town International Jazz Festival will be celebrating its 16th year in 2015, and the artists for the festival have been announced. This event is proudly sponsored by the Department of Arts and Culture and will take place on the 27th and 28th March. It's dubbed as Africa's grandest gathering, and jazz lovers can look forward to hearing the smooth sounds of Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse, Amel Leroux, Dirty Loops, Courtney Pine presents House of Legends, and many, many more.
Some of the world's top animated feature films, which include the best of French animation, will headline the 4th Gunjanimation Film Festival. It takes place between the 26th and the 30th of November at the Labia in Cape Town. Now, it will include some workshops by industry icons from both local and international spheres.
There will be French films first. I'm French, so I'm selling my stuff. French films, and one especially is great. It's called Minuscule. It's a story about ants, little insects, and it's a very nice mix between live action and animation. It was at Annecy Film Festival this year, and it's being released across the world at the moment. So that will be the flagship French film. We'll have 3 other French animations. They are here. It's Mia le Migou, La Prophétie des Grenouilles, and a very famous and old animation film, The King and the Bird. That's for the French program. We will have also a great Brazilian film called About Love and Furry. This is really the history of Brazil seen through the eye of a guy becoming a bird across the ages and resuscitating as a man. It's very beautiful. It was the first prize at Annecy 2013, so it's really, really a great animation. And then we will have Annecy highlights, short films also.
I'm sure many of us will agree that very few things are as interesting as the dynamics between black and white. Relax, I'm not talking about race, I'm talking about the colors black and white. That's the theme and focus of an exhibition that opened this week at Narox Projects in Maboneng. The exhibition includes works by various artists and closes on the 11th of December.
We decided it would be more interesting to ask artists to explore the spaces between the 2 polarities. So that's where grey comes from. And we've put together a small selection of artists to explore these aspects. So looking at 2 places of possession. For example, one of our artists deal with the idea of identity as well as anonymity, where she uses her own representation but masks it to a point where she becomes an anonymous figure. So it plays around with how she perceives herself and how she represents herself and how other people sort of makes it a grey area. We have some photographic digital works by Letitia Lopes, which deals with the idea of identity as well as how other people perceive. So it becomes a really interesting grey area.
I always work in black and white. I use white as the base, or black as a base for white. I always work in black and white from the beginning. And grey, for me, I always think about the idea of grey areas. Grey areas are matters which are not resolved. My work is always about continuous examining about myself, trying to understand about where you come from. So there are certain mysteries in life that are not resolved, and I always work around that. What I find interesting is the fact that the work itself will complement what I've done as well. So we sort of complement each other in terms of styles, in terms of the structure and the visual aspects of the works.
That's us and all the arts, culture and lifestyle updates we have for you on this edition of the Art Bulletin. Do visit the City of Joburg's website to find out more about this and other museums in the city. To keep in touch with us, you can always tweet at Morning Live SABC and hashtag the Art Bulletin. Until next time, it's a goodbye from us.